Hello, welcome to the Craft House Magic Set of Tutorials. My name's Ellie and today I'm going to show you how I overlock in the round, for instance for a neckline where I don't actually run off the material, which I think makes it a little bit untidy. So let me show you now. So I'm going to show you how I sew my neckline in on my overlocker using a little trick that I do to try and make it as neat as possible. Now I'm going to put my work onto the sewing machine, making sure that my seam's lined up. Put the presser foot down. I'm going to do 1.5 cm seam allowance on this, so I'll have to start on the edge of the material and then scooch in to the proper seam allowance to 1.5 centimetres. So I'm now coming back to the beginning here, and you can see where I've scooped in. I'm just going to stitch along so that it comes in line with where it's in the correct alignment, so it is a 1.5 cm seam allowance here. What I tend to do is look how much seam allowance there is on the left of the foot and then try and keep that line so that it comes straight and meets up with this line of stitching. We've now done a lovely neat overlock stitch all the way around, but normally you'd have to run off the end of the material in order to finish off. But I found that there's a little trick that I like to do so that it ends up just being a nice straight stitch all the way around without the run off bit. So I turn my dials to 1 or 0 so that the tension is reduced. Lift my pressure foot up, make sure my needles are lifted, and then just pull the work from the back, and because you've got rid of that tension it should pull quite easily. I then literally just reset my machine so that when I come to use it next time there is proper tension on it, and I won't be confused with the lack of tension. I cut the threads there, and then I can use a needle to thread these threads that are left over and thread through the back of the work so that when I top stitch that down you can't see it at all. So I'm using a chenille needle here because there's a nice big eye to it. I'm going to put those threads through the eye of the needle. I just tend to do them all at once, it's easier that way, and then I'm working into the back of the overlock stitches so that when it's top stitched down from the outside you won't be able to see them at all. And I thread those threads through. I'm just trying to trim those, and then once you've top stitched that down that'll look much neater than just running off the end. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!